welcome back. Today is the last day of my 12 days of beauty tips. Today we're going to be ending with a simple and shimmery eyeshadow combination with no eyeliner. It's going to be this one right here, so it's mixing a little bit of the browns with also a little bit of the silver colors, which is perfect for the holiday season, especially if you don't love a super dark eyeshadow combination, then this will be perfect for your holiday season. So we're gonna get started, and let me know when you guys hop on. Let me know if you're catching the replay. Let me know what you've thought about this entire series. So I have been doing this series for the last 12 days. If you have been enjoying it, make sure you let me know down below. These have all been streamed live on Facebook on my beauty page called Maddie Wade's Beauty Page on Facebook, or you can also catch the replays on YouTube. My YouTube is Madeline Wade, so make sure you do like both of those things if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, so that you can stay up to date with my new videos as well. So I do have more videos coming. I do at least one video a week, every single week. On Thursday night lives, I do a Facebook Live. I also do a YouTube video at least once a week as well. So make sure you guys stay connected with me and tune in as I'm going to continue to do tutorials for you. So what I got started with today is I started with the Light Ivory Concealer on my eyelid. And I am using right now my cream color brush to blend this out. So that's just going to give me a really good base to get started with. It's really light. It's really just a nice kind of, like I said, a nice base to get started with. So I kind of use this as like my eye primer as well. It's going to keep it on a lot longer. It also lightens up your entire eyelid. You saw that I brought it all the way up to right underneath my eyebrow too, just to kind of also shape the eyebrow a little bit more. So it can be used for all different things. So next, what I'm going to do is I am going to take my blending brush here, and I'm going to pick up, first I'm going to pick up a little bit of, right here is mahogany. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that first, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to tap it right kind of on this outer edge, and I'm just going to blend this out a little bit. So mahogany is going to be my blending color today, and you can see I just used so little of it. I did not use much at all, just a little bit, and this is going to just kind of go right in my crease line. So if you did not catch, I had a video where I did an eyeshadow tutorial earlier in this series, and we talked a little bit about if you have hooded eyes, to make sure that when you're looking at the camera, it's right above your eye, so right above your eyelid here, so that you are able to see the color, and that's going to help with hooded eyeshadow application too. So I know I have lots of people who have asked about that, so that should help for you. And using this color, so any darker color, so like kind of whatever, I guess it's not really a darker color because we're using such a little amount of it right now. So we're almost using it as a blending color right now. Kind of like I usually use hazelnut for. That's the same idea that we're doing right now. It's just we're using this first color as a blending color. So that's where we're getting started. And I'm just blending this all around. So it's like I said, the blending color we're using, putting it right in that crease line, and just making sure everything is nice and blended out. This is also the first color that we're using over the top of that concealer as well. And as you guys hop on, if you're hopping on, let me know that you're here. Let me know you're watching. Tell me hi. Tell me where you're watching from. And let me know what you've thought about this series so far. So this is, again, the last day. I can't believe it. It's already been 12 days. So we are 12 days into the month of December as well. So I hope you guys are excited for the holidays and have been having a great holiday season so far. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a little bit of a darker color. So we're going to take this one right here. Let me show you right up here. It's like a little bit of a darker, it's kind of a mix between a gray and a brown, I would say. It is called Espresso. I love Espresso just to darken things up a little bit. Hi, Joanna. I love how you do your makeup. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you have been enjoying these. Okay, so I'm going to take the Espresso. I just dabbed in there, picked it up a couple times, same brush that I'm using, and I'm just going to apply this to the outer corner. So a tip for you too, using this fluffy brush that I'm using right now, it allows you to pick up a darker color like that Espresso, or even the mahogany. If you picked up the mahogany color or the Espresso with like this brush, the crease brush, where it's a lot smaller and a lot denser, it's going to be a lot more pigmented. But because I'm using this big fluffy brush with these long like brush hairs, and it's very like floofy. It's not super packed in there. I hope that makes sense. But because of that, it's actually going to allow you to kind of have more control, like a little bit less pigment, and it's going to be a little bit lighter. So I hope that makes sense. But anyway, so I just want it to be a little bit darker, and that's why I'm adding that little bit of espresso. I also want to mix in a little bit of the gray color. So like I said, espresso is kind of between, I would say, a gray and a brown, but I want this eyeshadow combination to have both a little bit of brown and a little bit of gray. So you can see over here, it's got a little bit of brown, but it's also like very silver and shimmery on top. So that's kind of what we're going for. All right, I'm going to just blend this out. Now it's nice and blended. I'm going to add a shimmer color to it as well. So I love shimmers. They're my favorite. If you don't love shimmers, you don't have to add a shimmer here. You can leave it just as it is too with the espresso. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up Burnished Bronze, which is this one right here. So it's like a pretty brown with some sparkles in it. I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to put it in along that same line. So I'm just kind of blending right along that exact same line we've been working with. So right in that crease line and just blending it out. All right. And again, that was the Burnished Bronze that I just used there. I love all the shimmers on my eyes. That's just, like I said, that's just my opinion. That's how I like to wear my makeup. But if you don't like shimmers, you can absolutely skip this step. You could leave it just as the mahogany and the espresso. Okay, so now I've got the browns on there. What I'm going to do next is first I'm just going to kind of clean that up just a little bit. I do have very luminous, dewy makeup on right now, which makes it very easy to just kind of wipe and like correct whatever I have done. But if you don't have that on, you have very matte makeup on, you can always use a little bit of under eye corrector underneath your eyes too to just clean anything up that you might have left over. I'm going to take my crease brush next. So this is the one that I was saying was a little bit denser. It's going to be a little bit more pigmented. I'm going to pick up that espresso that I just put on my eye, the matte darker color. I'm going to take that right underneath my eye right here. And we're not going to go very far. We're not even going to go halfway. So you can see right here it goes to about right here. So I would say it's about a third of the way through my eye, maybe a half. And then I'm going to darken it up just a tad bit more. I'm going to pick up Onyx, actually. That's what I did on the other eye. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Onyx is the black color here, the black eyeshadow. I'm going to do the same thing. Just add that kind of right on top. Now, the reason I did the espresso first and then I did the Onyx, I did the same thing on this side. So that's what that is too. Let me just touch this up too. The reason I did that though is because I started with a little bit of a lighter color, just like I do on my eyeshadow combinations as well. I start with that mahogany and then we went into the espresso afterwards. It's easier to blend if you have a blending color in there. So it's just easier sometimes to apply a little bit of a lighter color first and then go in with the darker color. It looks a little bit more natural. It holds better. It's not so stark and so pigmented. It just flows a little bit better. So anyway, that's that underneath there, espresso and Onyx. Same thing on that side. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my all over eyeshadow brush and we're going to pick up the silver this time. So right here, you can see I use this all the time because it has a giant hole in it, and this one is called Smoky Quartz. So it's a really beautiful silver color. I'm going to pick this up with my all over eyeshadow brush and I'm going to put it right on my lid. This is just such a beautiful shimmer color. I love this, and I love mixing it with browns. So as you can see, I've been doing browns here. We did the Burnished Bronze. We have the mahogany in here too. I just think the silver and the brown is a combination that I had never really paired together until, I don't know, maybe like a year ago. I saw somebody else do it and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I really like that combination. And I started playing with it and I have loved it ever since. So I love the browns mixed with the silver. So that was Smoky Quartz that we just put right on the lid there. I'm going to go ahead and deepen this up a little bit to make this a little bit darker so that they match a little bit better. Sometimes it's hard to exactly match exactly what color you put on before, and especially when I do one eyeshadow combination beforehand and then I do the next one, sometimes I don't always clean off my brush, and that's what I forgot to do today. So it was a little bit darker when I was applying my brush because I had already used those darker colors. So I'm just going to go ahead and just deepen that up a little bit over on this side too, and you can always do this throughout the day. So if you find your you know, you want to make it a little bit darker throughout the day, you can always add that extra blending color afterwards too. Okay, Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my all over eyeshadow brush again. And this time I'm going to pick up Moonstone, which is right here. And that is kind of like let me see if I can give you a good view of it there. Okay, it's kind of like a creamy white sparkly color. So I use this a lot, almost in every single one of my looks, either Moonstone or Crystalline, and I'll put them right in this inner corner just to brighten up that inner corner right there. And then you can just kind of feather it out too. You can always put it right underneath your eyebrow bone if you want to as well, but I always put it in that inner corner right there. All right, so that's my eyeshadow combination. Now I'm going to apply my mascara here in just a second, but I see some more of you hopping on here. Tell me hi, tell me hello, let me know where you're watching from. I appreciate you guys joining so much. Today is the very last day of my 12 days of beauty tips, so I hope that you have been enjoying this series. I hope it's been fun. I hope you've learned some new things. So some of the tips have been skincare related, some of the tips have been more makeup related, but we've had a good, I would say, mix of the two. So I hope that something spoke to you during these 12 days of beauty tips. And if it did, go ahead and let me know down below which video was your very favorite. Which one did you like the very best? Hi, Cindy. Hello. I'm not adding any more product or anything to this. I'm just blending this a little bit more. Okay. So now I curled my eyelashes. I'm going to put on a little bit of mascara. The mascara that I'm using today is the Lash Panorama mascara. I love this one. My two favorites are Lash Panorama and Lash Intensity. Those are my two favorite mascaras. I kind of just alternate between the two. So you should always switch out your mascara every single 3 months, no matter how much you use it. The second you crack open your mascara, it's going to start holding bacteria. In your eyes, we are so prone to eye infections, and we don't ever want an eye infection. So to make sure that your products are safe and your products are clean, it's really important that you throw your mascara away every single 3 months. So replacing it every 3 months will help. If you run out before that, then of course you can always replace it before that too, but at least every 3 months replace your mascara. So I usually alternate. I usually go from Lash Panorama, the next one I open will be Lash Intensity, and then I go back to Lash Panorama again. So I like to switch it up a little bit. I love this mascara too because it does curl your eyelashes so nicely. Curling them before I put on the mascara is really important. It's going to give it a little bit more of a natural curl. But having this mascara that has these bristles that you can see are, some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. So it allows it to grab the shorter little lashes, and it also allows it to volumize and lengthen your longer lashes too. If you guys have not shopped with me yet too, today is the very last day to get my makeup class in the mail for free. So it comes free with purchase. It's a $30 purchase only if you are not a beauty consultant or you do not currently work with another beauty consultant. But if those two things, if you pass those two things and you're my customer or you're looking for a Mary Kay beauty consultant, you can place an order on my website, which is attached to this video. And if you place a $30 order, you'll automatically get a Holiday Glam Class in the mail from me. So if you did shop with me throughout these 12 days of my beauty tips, so December 12th to today, then you'll be getting that in the mail very soon, and it comes with a tutorial too of exactly how to do the makeup look that you have. All right, one last little coat here of my mascara, and I will be all done. And then I'm going to grab these little bottom lashes. The best way, I think, is just to kind of look up and I always pick my mirror up when I have my mirror in my hand. What I do is I put my mirror right up above me, and I'll kind of lower my head just a little bit just so I can grab these little lashes. I know it looks really goofy, but that's the easiest way that I found to grab those little lashes down there. In case you're wondering what I have on my lips today too, I have on Tawny Nude Lip Gloss. I love the Tawny Nude Lip Gloss. It's not the lightest nude, it's one of kind of the medium nudes, so I really like it, especially when I am wearing an eyeshadow combination like this that is not very dark. It's a little bit more on the lighter side. It's got a little bit of silver, a little bit of brown in there. So this brown lip gloss, Tawny Nude, I just think pairs really nicely with this eyeshadow combination. So let me know what you think about this look down below, and thank you so much for tuning in with me these last 12 days. If you've missed any of them and you want to catch them, you can go find all the replays here But thank you so much for tuning in with me. I hope you've enjoyed this series. I would love to know down below which tip you learned the most, or you were the most excited about, or you learned the most from. But thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. I will be back with more videos. I'll be back here on my regular Thursday night live on Facebook, and I will be back to uploading weekly on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Bye.